I just spent the last like 5 minutes staring at the camera because I couldn't think of an intro. But like intros are kind of overrated, so I'm just not gonna do one. So TikTok got banned in the US for like a nanosecond and then it came back. Which honestly, I knew this was gonna happen. There was a tiny part of me that thought that it might actually get banned this time, but when it came back, I was like, okay, I kinda knew this was going to happen. What I wasn't expecting is for it to be banned for less than a day. But a lot of people did think it was actually gonna be gone forever. In the States, like over here in Canada, we were cool. But in the States, a lot of people thought TikTok was actually gonna be gone. So a lot of influencers took it upon themselves to expose that they were lying about everything that made them famous in the first place, which is kind of wild. 'Cause like, why would you do that? You're gonna jeopardize like your entire career? Well, I mean, I guess actually, no, I don't understand. So influencers were like exposing themselves. It became like a trend. And the fact that it became a trend to expose everything you've been lying about is wild. Some examples include like some like makeup influencer who I don't know the name of and I don't care to remember, who uses like 10 layers of foundation and like she looks flawless afterwards, and people were like, there's no way you use that much foundation. And she was like, no guys, I swear I actually use 10 layers of foundation. And then she said that she wipes off a few layers of foundation. That she was lying, she actually does wipe off a few layers. There was another influencer, Baby Dumpling or something. Honestly, I didn't know who any of these people were until this whole thing was happening and everyone was hornswoggled over the fact that TikTok was gonna get banned in the States. So there's this mukbanger who eats like exorbitant amounts of food on camera, and people were like, there's no way she eats that much food and she's still that skinny. Which, like, yeah. Apparently there were some people who were like in on it, where it's like, yeah, we know. Even though the creator herself didn't confirm it, people were like, yeah, she definitely like doesn't eat all the food, or she probably spits a lot of it out afterwards, or just doesn't eat all of it, or just takes a bite out of one thing and then doesn't eat the rest. Which, like, wasteful. Is it cool to waste food? When did that happen? But then she was like, oh yeah, I don't eat all the food. Also, this trend was happening to a Family Guy sound. That's quite a way to go. If TikTok actually did get banned, imagine your last video being to a Peter Griffin sound. What a legacy. So she was like, yeah, I don't eat all the food. And then TikTok came back, and then and then she was like, guys, like, it was a joke. You know, I thought we knew that. Like, it was a joke. I was obviously kidding. Like, I do eat all the food. And she was just acting like everything was fine. I feel like that happened with like every influencer who exposed themselves that they were lying about everything. These girls who did these workout routines, and then they revealed that they don't actually follow the routines that they said that their followers should do. They were like, oh yeah, I don't actually do these workouts, or I didn't actually work hard for years to get the body I have now. I got a BBL. That is diabolical. That's probably one of the craziest things, because when it comes to health and like fitness, I'm not an expert by any means, but I feel like when it comes to health and fitness, that's definitely something that you should not lie about. If you do these workouts that I'm doing, you'll look like me. And then it turns out you don't actually look like the way you do because you got work done. This is honestly really hilarious. I mentioned this before, but I had no idea who these influencers were before all of this was happening, and I like didn't care, which is probably why I was not surprised at all when they said that they were lying about everything that they were famous for in the first place, or were deceiving their viewers into thinking that they do these things, but they actually don't. I wasn't surprised. It's probably because I don't care. And also, this is not a new phenomenon. Other people have made points about this, like creators like back in the day on YouTube who made like morning routines, like realistic morning routine or school routine or whatever, and are now being like, guys, I thought we knew that like they were fake. I thought we knew that this was just for entertainment and just for fun. I mean, maybe you in your little circle of other influencers knew that this was just for funsies, but the 12, 13-year-olds watching your videos back then didn't know, because they were children. Speaking of morning routines, I feel like there was a point on YouTube when people were like making fun of these morning routines for obviously being unrealistic and just not being real at all. I understand if you're 13, 14 and you're young, you're impressionable, and you don't know that these routines are not real or are fabricated to a certain extent, or just fabricated entirely to sell this lifestyle to you. And since you're young and impressionable, you're going to aspire to that, or see these influencers as some sort of big sister figure, like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to have 7 hours in the morning to get ready and do my elaborate 87-step morning routine, skincare, makeup, do my hair, whatever. I never watched any of these as a kid. I was too busy watching PewDiePie and Evanescence lyric videos and Sonic the Hedgehog comic fan dubs and AMVs, because I'm autistic. I don't know where I'm going with this at all. I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's quite hilarious and quite entertaining that these influencers are just willing to jeopardize their careers just because they thought TikTok was gonna be gone forever. But like, do y'all not have Instagram or YouTube or any other social media platform that your followers can watch your content at? Like, did you not think of that? Were you just planning to end your career right there? like it's so funny. It's so hilarious. Like, did you not think, what did you think was gonna happen? Were you just going to expose that you were lying the whole time and dip and like never be seen on the face of the World Wide Web ever again? I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. What is going on? Now, I don't want to be that type of person who like puts down the audience for being stupid and not realizing that these influencers were lying the whole time, because like, I get it. People don't like being lied to. And since these influencers gave the impression that everything they do, whether it's makeup or their workouts or what they eat or like what they cook, also like cooking channels or being like, oh, I didn't actually make the food that I said that I made in the videos, I just bought it, which is wild. Well, actually no, the wildest thing is the workouts to me. So the audience isn't entirely to blame. If they're grown adults with fully formed frontal lobes, maybe I would be like, yeah, like how did you not? Like, come on. But, you know, as an influencer, I guess you have a responsibility to give off some sort of authenticity, because I feel like that's what a lot of people want now. I guess the thing that we can all take away from this whole debacle is to be more mindful about the people that we watch on the internet. Also keep in mind that, hey, they're probably only promoting this product or doing this workout because like a company told them to, or like they're being sponsored. Maybe these influencers are only promoting these things because they're being paid to do so, or like they praise this product and being like, this is the best thing, this is the best like foundation I've ever tried, or this is the best. I don't know. I don't watch influencers. I watch content creators. There's a difference. But you know, they could be saying these amazing things about this product because they're being sponsored, and when an influencer or a content creator is being sponsored by some sort of company or brand, they're being given a script that says what they can and can't say about the product. Honestly, I think every TikToker or YouTuber who is sponsored by something, I don't think they actually use the product. Or if they do, they only use it for like a certain amount of time until they get the money for the sponsorship, and then they never use it again. That's my theory. Like, I don't think any of the YouTubers who are sponsored by Love and Pies or any of those mobile games, Raid Shadow Legends, what are the other ones? June's Journey, any of those mobile games. They're not playing any of those. We as a collective, as a congregation, as a society, should just be more mindful about the people we watch. I already said that, but I think some of you need to hear it again. And also, don't like rush to immediately buy a product or whatever just because your favorite influencer said that you should, you know? They're being paid to tell you that, most likely, because an influencer is meant to influence people. It's in the name. I just can't get over the fact that it became a trend to expose yourself. Some people were doing it like as a joke. Some people were saying like pretty harmless things that were already common knowledge to the people who watched them, and I was like, okay, that's cute, that's funny. But then there are people who were actually lying, admitting that they lied about so many things that drew their audience to them in the first place, and the reason they have millions of followers, and they were admitting that all of it was fake, or they were being paid to do it, or that they just didn't do the things that they claimed that they did all the time. And then when TikTok came back, they were like, hey, how y'all doing? I honestly don't know what they thought would come out of this. I guess they just thought everything would be fine. And like I said, their followers could just go to their other platforms and be like, hey, what's up with that? And another thing, did all of these American influencers just think that when TikTok went away, if it did get permanently banned in the States, that their entire audience would just vanish? Sure, maybe it would be a smaller amount than in the States, but like people in France could still see that you were lying the whole time. Did we forget about all the other countries? Actually, probably. There are definitely Americans who still think that Canada is the 51st state, and that makes me want to defenestrate myself. I just think this is all quite silly and funny. So much stuff has happened, and it's only February. Like, February just started, and I feel like so many things have happened in a month this year. 2025 is gonna be insane. I don't have anything profound or intellectual or world-changing to say to end this. I just wanted to talk about it because it was very interesting to me and very perplexing, because why would you admit that? Why would you admit that? I don't understand. I still don't understand. Why would you admit that? What did we learn today, class? Don't believe everything you see on the internet, including me. You don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. I'm just a person sitting on a pillow on our bedroom floor holding a Stray Kids Nachimbam as a microphone. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, be sure to gain some media literacy if you don't have it already. Media literacy is always a good thing to have. Maybe take a break from TikTok. That would probably do a lot of people some good. I deleted TikTok in 2023, and the only reason I know about all of this happening is because of people I already watch on YouTube. I thought I would miss it, but then like a week later I was like, oh, this is quite pleasant. I have no desire to return to that clock app. So I would highly recommend it. You can like this video if you want. You can subscribe if you want. No pressure. Stay hydrated. I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.